Slow out there. Rain last night. Oh, this baby loves the slop. Loves it. Eats it up. Eats the slop. Born to slop. His father was a mutter. His father was a mutter. His mother was a mutter. His mother was a mutter. What did I just say?
Boy, it's awfully muddy at Fairgrounds. We're happy to you're joining us here for Racing Dudes Live. Magic and Aaron covering Fairgrounds late pick 4, and we were on the turf, we're off the turf, we're on the turf, I didn't know until they actually broke from the gate that we were for sure going to be on the turf in that last race, Aaron. But they were there. They did it. They did the thing.
Can you explain why? Because I never thought they weren't off the turf on 10 and 12. Like, I knew they were on the turf, is what I'm saying. Why was the confusion?
TVG said they were off. It suddenly switched and said that races 10 and 12 were off turf. Like Rodney caught it. I looked. Mine had it on TVG, but apparently Twin Spires, Equibase, for once they were correct. Yeah. I mean, I guess a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Okay, that explains it, because I'm not on TVG. I was sitting here on Twin Spires, and you guys were saying that. I was like, well, it's not off. And then I went to Equibase, which is 50-50, right? But it said that's wasn't off. I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I totally understand now. That's crazy. So, hey, they're on the turf for the 12th. We'll talk about it in a minute. They're going to the track now for the 11th. So I guess we can start off with it, Magic. And boy, oh boy, you got Best Actor. He's 6-5. He's got Flavian, who just won the last race. He seems like he's going to have a pace advantage, but do you trust him? That's the question.
The track, I wouldn't say, has been overly speed favoring. It seems like it's been fair at points, at least on the dirt. The turf, I'm not going to make an assumption off of one race. But, yeah, I still think he's got a great shot in here. There's nobody that really seems to press him, like you were talking about with that. The pace advantage he has. So Rob asking, is he the best bet on the rest of the card? I almost singled him in my pick 5 that had the Flavian Pratt winner. I already forgot. Spirit Free was the top pick last out. So I went with Red Route 1 just in case Best Actor doesn't go gate to wire, but that seems to be the general consensus here. He's got the setup for it, the running style for it. Can he do it? It's weird. It's weird to say that.
I have seen a lot of love for Red Route 1 to win, and I just don't understand it. I totally understand if you like that horse, as far as like, I just love to watch him run. He's fun. Me too. I totally understand. It's like, man, I'm going to key him underneath. I think that'll be great. I get it. Me too. Man, I think he's going to win. I don't know. I guess this is a spot where he could win. Right, because, you know, if you think Best Actor's coming back to him, it does become wide open. But I don't know. To me, it's like, I think Smile Happy could run better second off the layoff. I think he's a better horse. You know, I think like a Gasoline might be a little bit better. I think Money Supply is kind of trending in the right direction. But more than anything, I just worry that is he going to get way too far behind like he always does? It is so tough to make up all that ground. They tried to get speed in him once, and he just didn't run very well. So he's got to do what he's got to do. And if it sets up like I think it's going to, I don't think the pace is there. That's a big worry of mine with Red Route 1. And I'd kind of like to see him win because I do think he's cool, but I don't think it's likely. I really don't.
I liked it better when he was 5-1 on the morning line, 7-2 second choice right now. I think that kind of takes it off of me. He has won in the slot before, but that was, I guess the West Virginia Derby wasn't sloppy, but he did run well in that race, even though it was kind of a deluge. The Rebel, he ran a really good second, but like you're talking about, like that's just what he does. The first stakes he finally won was by like a nostril hair at Oaklawn Park, and really Tapit Shoes should have won that race. But yeah, a great horse to key underneath. If Best Actor doesn't go gate to wire, when I thought it would be a fast track, I was like, well, Red Route 1, I think, because you know he's going to come charging. But if it's not him, where would you go elsewhere for a horse that's most likely to upset Best Actor?
Yeah, I really think Smile Happy is the best horse in the race. If you could trust McPeak and you could trust him getting this horse back to his form. His best race is probably better than everybody else, but boy, you just don't know what you're going to see out of him. You'd love to be able to go, hey, I think he's going to do okay today. I've got some confidence in him, but it's just hard. But I do think he is a very likely upsetter. I think at 5-1, it's probably, if you want to go against Best Actor, it's like, well, I'm getting 5-1 on if Smile Happy is going to be kind of informed. So I think he's an upsetter. I like Money Supply as well at 7-1. He's been on a roll here lately since getting to Joe Sharp. But again, if it sets up like it does on paper, which is always a big if, they don't run them on paper, as we know, but I think they'll be hard pressed to get the Best Actor if he fires his best race, because he does seem to have the advantage on paper.
And I think talking about Smile Happy, I was going to kind of go that way as well, because some of his races is like, especially, he started the 2023 season in the slop at Oakland. It was allowance horses, but he was, mid-pack in a 7-horse field and got the job done, mounting 8th in the slop. He looked 3 back in the Alashiba, and I think that's the race that he needs to run if he's going to win this. I told you that I had weird vibes about Best Actor that reminded me of West Willpower, and not in a good way. And West Willpower was supposed to be an unquestionable winner, right? It was at either Derby Friday or Derby Saturday, and just absolutely coughed it up and didn't get the job done. Smile Happy was the horse that was right there with him, powered by, and got the job done. And that was a mile on the 16th as well. So I'm with you. I hate to say it, but this does feel like it could set up for Smile Happy if Best Actor doesn't get the distance. And I feel weird saying that because it's, he's a son of Flatter, you theoretically have a problem with 2 turns here. He's got the grade 3 Smarty Jones win at Parks when he was a 3-year-old at a mile on the 16th, but his best races to me on paper, Aaron, though, those 1-turn miles, at Churchill Downs last out, at Backwooduck 2 back, like those are 1-turn miles right where he is probably at his best. The Oklahoma Derby, what was his excuse there for finishing 10 lengths behind, in that 2-turn race? So yeah, it's where I landed with him, but at 6-5, is you still want to play Best Actor here?
Yeah, I don't like it, but yeah, I still think he's playable at that price because of the pace advantage that he has, and I just think he kind of is that up and comer, but you do kind of hate the price. You wish it was a little bit better on him, but again, I just think he's going to beat Red Route 1. I do. If he gets the pace advantage, I think he's going to beat him. Now, listen, they break from the gate, and then you're like, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. So he got pressed and faded, and that could very well happen. But on paper, it just kind of looks like he's going to be better than him, or have the pace advantage to be better than him. And then to me, it's just a matter of, can he beat like a Smile Happy, a Gasoline, a Money Supply? And the answer for me is he should. So I think 6-5 makes sense. But if you don't want to take that, if you don't see it like I see it, I totally understand. And like I said, there are playable horses on there at better prices. The 4 at 6-1, the 7 at 7-1, 9's down to 9-2 now, but that's not bad on a horse that has ran a couple of races that are maybe a little bit better than everybody else in this field. Again, you're just taking that risk of, okay, can he do it? Is he actually going to show up? So, I mean, to me, and look, I know I'm going to be a hater here, but I think 4-1 on Red Route 1 is kind of crazy based on his resume of actually winning. But let's see if he'll make a liar out of me, and I wouldn't hate it. That's for sure.
Well, I got some good news for you. Even if you think the most likely thing is Best Actor wins, Red Route 1 gets second. That's paying 8-1 in the exacta. Outside of that, for Red Route 1 to finish second, you're getting 27-1 with Smile Happy winning. You're getting 26-1 with Gasoline, 39-1 with Money Supply. Ed Burke likes Happy American. Happy American over Red Route 1 might give me a heart attack on screen, but it's also paying 116-1. So there's value to be had in playing Red Route 1 underneath. If you guys are new to how this show works, by the way, as they're going in the gate here, put your bets or your thoughts in there. We love to have the conversation with you. Also, we're pretty much only covering fairgrounds, and there's a lot of time to kill in between some of these races. So love to interact with you. Put your thoughts down there. Also, if you're drinking, I brought the captain with me today, so I'll be drinking the captain, and we'll see just how much of this I end up drinking, depending on how the rest of the show goes. But if you're drinking, tell us as well. The alcoholic or non-alcoholic, but
could be a one-man show. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour this first one and get it ready. Whoop! Ooh, that was a super heavy flow.
The one thing about it, a drunk magic's better than nobody showing up. So, you know.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Not a sharp break for best actor. He'll probably get the lead because Red Route 1's to his inside, but WNL and then Gasoline both gonna push him.
He's kind of hugging that inside and outside, kind of the middle part of the track. Seems to be where the best part of the track has been today. So we'll see what happens.
3 to 5.
Oh.
Good Lord.
Boy, that's gross. And they are pressuring him. This doesn't seem like the best setup.
I drop noobs. We'll try and commentate. So best actor's got the lead, but he's being pressed to the outside by both Gasoline and WNL. Smile Happy is sitting right where I thought he needed to be, which is 4th within range. Red Route 1 not at the back of the pack. With Hayes striking there, you weren't sure who was going to fight for. Oh no, he is.
He is
a different horse. He's off the screen
money
again.
Supply you're looking at.
Yep, that's Money Supply. You're right. There they go. All right, so they're hidden behind the trees. Best Actor still has the lead, but yeah, 23.9, 46.9. They went 23 flat in that second split.
If you like Best Actor, the other two horses are getting pushed and not moving up to him, but the problem is who's the next comers. Yeah.
Money Supply's got a nice wide move outside. Get up here, Red Route 1. Get up here, Red Route 1. Let's do a 7-1 exacta. He's got the lead over Best Actor. Can Red Route 1 get up for second?
Yeah, he's going to get up for maybe. Uh-oh.
Best Actor pushing back. It's going to be...
Best Actor's re-rallying. Oh, my goodness. He came back on him. I don't know.
I think it's 7-3.
I think it's 7-3.
Wow. I think Money Supply got out to the lead, and he was so far out in the middle of the track, I think he just didn't... He thought he was alone.
I think it's 7-3. I'm pretty sure.
Gasoline, I think, held on for third. Red Route 1 looked like he was going to make his charge and just kind of flattened in the stretch there, even though he was right in the middle of the track where you want to be.
Wow. That was something.
Yes, that was something. That's about the best we can say about that.
That's a 9-1 $10 win wager for Jared in the betting Bible. So he's having a big time day today, and it is the 7. It is official. It goes 7-3-4-1. Red Route 1 gets up for 4th there. Wow, that was a great race. Best Actor. It almost felt like he didn't see him, and then when he saw him, he re-rallied, but it was like too late almost,
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
7-3 exact is paying 29-1, so congrats to Rob White. He played it both ways. Good job on that one. Oh, I dropped noobs. Had it the $20 exacta straight 3-7 and 40 to win on the 3. Oh, that's a we'll just I think Rodney had it the other way as well. He's
darn close.
I'm not going to read that one out, but I understand the frustration, Rodney. That's a tough beat. Now, if you'd bet the 7 and you end up getting beat, I also would have felt very bad for you because that horse should have won.
That's the flip side of it. Yeah, I mean, if you bet the 3, you have a right to be upset for sure. But the 7 ran a tremendous race in here and deserved to win. I mean, both these horses really were kind of clear of the other horses in there. So.
Several lengths ahead of Gasoline and Red Route 1, and those two were several lengths ahead of 5th place, which was, I'm going to guess, was Smile Happy because he looked like he was in range and then never fired. Yeah, there it is. $20, 20-cent payout for the 7 winning.
Yep.
Wow. Very nice.
Very good.
Where is Jared? We never know. Not here is the answer.
Yeah, no comment.
Let's see. WNL no show. I know Mike Somich liked him a lot. I didn't like WNL at all in this spot. I feel like he kind of peaked at the end of his 2-year-old season and just hasn't done anything since then. I know he's had trouble staying on the track, but yeah. Shotty says Bible's been fire. I know that you had, let's see, did you both have the Asmussen filly who looks like she's probably going to the Fairground Oaks?
I didn't have her as a bet, but I had her on the sheets and everything. Yeah, but Jared did. Yes. So Jared now is up $195 on this card.
Hell yeah.
With 3 races. Yeah, he's absolutely killing
Well, that's where
it
Jared
here.
is. He's Scrooge McDucking it right now. He's like, I'm not going on some damn live show. I got money to make here.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's got never mind. But yeah, it's definitely a big day for Jared for sure. And yeah, I mean, look, it's definitely a card. We kind of talked about it on Blinkers Off. It's like, yeah, you could kind of go crazy with it. If you hit a couple, they're going to pay and you don't have to bet a ton of money. And that's what's happened. I mean, I think he bet like 120 and I bet 120. And he's up $195 and he's bet like 80. So, I mean, that's what you want to do. And that's, yeah, he's been great on this one. And I know he's been kind of, I don't know what the word is, kind of chopping at the bit because he's had a couple of down ones, but this one is definitely a big boom for him.
Yeah, I mean the Holy Bowl didn't go well for any of us really that day. Lots of bad beats and some just complete whiffs, which will happen. But yeah, this was a really great performance from Jared because I know that I don't. He even had a rough time in the Pegasus one, although Warm Heart was just the gift that kept on giving for everybody. But yeah, it's good to see. Well, listen, we like to see. I didn't have money supply in my pick 5. That's gone, but. Listen, if Jared was big on money supply and he said pray for 8-1, you got 9-1. So good job. Your prayers have been answered, Jared. Ron Estima says I should have crushed that. I saw that the super paid 308, 309. Yeah, 308 and change for $1. So Randall, I saw earlier, said you had this Mark 7341. I hope you played that.
I mean, I do too. That was a very good call. Very good call. So impressive victory there, and impressive handicapping to get to him. And like I said, he was one we listed off that kind of made sense, kind of made that thought of, look, he's a great price. He's on a roll. Joe Sharp's done a really good job with him. And look, he rallied on that outside there, and it was a nice win. So good job if you played him or if you picked him or whatever.
Randall says he didn't play the super, but I mean, hopefully he made some money on this race, even if he didn't have the. I never touch supers. I barely ever play. I only play trifecta if Aaron tells me to. I don't mess with trifectas. That's not. I have a hard enough time getting a damn horse to finish a race sometimes. Try and get 3 of them to finish a race. No, that's not going to be a good change. Mike Lawson says live on the pick 4 out of the pick 5. So that's good. You got the pick 4 going for you. So that's good to see. We're going back to the turf here. The turf race feels unplayable, Seaver says. Hard to really know what to expect. Do you agree with this, Aaron? Because we've had one race, and it's very soft turf, and we got no idea beyond that.
No, I don't agree with it. I mean, the favorite won the race. A very likely winner of that race won it. So I don't. I mean, we don't know how it's playing, I guess, but I don't. I think it's. I think that I didn't look at it and go, oh gosh, don't know what to do here. So no, I don't. I think it is what it is. Now, if an 80-1 shot would have won that 10th race, then maybe you would say that. But I mean, the horses, and there wasn't really if I remember, there may have been a crazy horse in third, but the second place finisher wasn't really crazy either. So, long story short, I thought it ran kind of to form.
You got the replay back for the mine shaft. I want to see. I want to watch Best Actor because just from live the way I saw it, and it could very well be wrong. I thought what Money Supply kind of he was so far out in the middle off of that rail that I think he just lost. He thought he was clear of the 3 and then forgot to, almost pulled a Sierra Leone into Remsen. He was like, yeah, I'm free. Okay. Ah, shit. There's a horse there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. That was a weird race, I feel like, because it felt like Best Actor was in trouble.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he was close to being out of energy, really. I just think he kind of lost track of where he was. And another thing, I really think, I don't think there's a track bias as far as speed versus closers today, but I really think you want to be on that outside portion of the track. And that could have been another thing that played into it. Again, I'm not making excuses for him because I think the 7 ran exceptionally well. I'm just saying, you watch these races over and over today. You look at the 6 horse that won the maiden race, Antiquarian. They took him out to the middle of the track once he turned for home. And I'm watching it back now, and it's like, okay, best actor, maybe you should have drifted him out to the middle. You had a chance to do that, and you kept him on the inside. It may have cost him. I don't know. When it's close like that, you do kind of look and say, well, maybe this or that cost him.
Yeah. That was the horse I was thinking was Antiquarian, where Velasquez, I thought the reason that horse was able to win and keep ahead is that off the turn, Velasquez kept angling him out, not hurting, just get out there where you can see a horse that might come up on you, because that's how he got beat last time, and also get away from that middle. I mean, there's a river in that inside lane all the way along the inside of the track.
And I'm watching, I'm sorry, I'm making faces as you talk. I apologize, Magic, but I'm watching the gallop. The best actor gallops out way ahead. I really think after watching this replay, and again, please don't take this the wrong way. If you bet Money Supply, you deserve a ton of credit. Horse ran huge, but and I didn't bet that much on best actor. I'm not being a sour grape here. That's what I'm saying. But if you watch this replay back, I'm pretty confident the inside of the track cost best actor this win, because once he kind of got over to that good part of the track or better part of the track, he kind of took off again and he gallops out way ahead. So that was crazy. So listen, it was a fun race though. And we've seen some poor conditions, but the races have been pretty fun in general today,
Going back to the captain for a little, I tasted my, I'm doing Captain and Coke because I'm still a college kid at heart, but it was a little weak there, so gotta add some more Captain. One thing also about best actor, to kind of and what you were talking about, they went 23.9 and then they went 46.9, and I thought if he goes 23 flat on the backstretch with 2 horses pressing him on the outside, he's gonna be cooked. He's got no shot, and he was right there at the end. That was a really strong effort. I'm definitely on your side of the thinking here, that the inside of the, which that's twice now, right? We're Pratt on the inside. I mean, I don't think anything was going to help Nash unless one other horse scratched out of that race, that being the winner. But he keeps riding the rail. It worked for him on the turf course, but
yeah, I mean,
man,
I'm watching this back again and just to see when he starts to, and you could see it is just a mess on this track today. Yeah, he goes. There he goes. Yep. Yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe the turf course is, a better part of the track on the inside. Who knows? But, wow, big gallop out too. Yeah. Good race. Very good race.
That's a good. There's the winner shot. I almost said the money shot. A little different. Yeah, but head victory there for Money Supply. So yeah. There you go. Congratulations again to everybody who had that horse bet. Good to see people in the chat making money. Red Route 1 was a neck behind in 4th. Well, there went my play a bunch of horses to win over Red Route 1 theory. That didn't pay out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. At some point, we have to accept reality with him. It's just I like him, and I always have, but it's like he doesn't really finish ahead of horses. Like
he's like a more talented Barber Road, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's right. Yeah, he's like every other one of his kind. It's just, and the problem with Red Route 1, and I've fallen for it too. Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. If you guys played him today, I played him in the Arkansas Derby last year. It's okay, so pretty dumb, but every time you look at the form, I don't care what race he's in, you kind of go, yeah, he can do it today.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't. So
he gets your hopes up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well, it's horse racing. Let's move on to the next race. Race 12 here. Fairgrounds, 3 more to go. The second and final one. This is weird. On the turf, the Fairground Stakes. For the love of God, change that name. It's a grade 3 race, 1 1/8 on the soft turf course. Only horse to scratch is the horse that just won the last race, Money Supply. So he was cross-entered in both. They weren't sure what was going to happen with the turf course, if they were going to stay on or not. But he's out. The rest of these horses, the rest of the 11 horses are in here, and you've got a rematch between Strong Quality and Beatbox. Beatbox just came up short against Strong Quality last out, but that was going a mile and a 16th. They're going longer now, Aaron. Where do you have these horses ranked?
Yeah, this is obviously a very, very tough one. You know, I mean, you got the turf, you got everything going on with the turf. I went back and forth on this one for a while. I ended up going on number 2, Chasing the Crown. I just really like this horse coming off the layoff last time out over this track at a mile. I thought it was a really nice winner. I like Maker going long on the turf. So I went number 2, Chasing the Crown. I think he's going to be pretty tough in this spot, and I think 5-1 is still a decent enough price. I wish we were getting that 8-1. I do like the 3 quite a bit as well. I think this is a horse that obviously can come on here and get the job done. Turf or dirt, I kind of liked him. So 2-3, kind of my 2, and it looks like we got Jared now, so we'll bring him in here as well. There he is.
What's up?
I told you to get on here. People are happy with you, so.
Dude, I had some stuff going on, and I've been tracking. And then I was like, I missed the last race, and then I was checking the results and going through the replays, and I was like, oh shit! So I've watched the replays. I'm caught up now. Dude, how about that? Back-to-back winners. My top play of the Bible, if you guys follow along with the race prior, and then, I mean, 10-1 on Money Supply. I didn't think he was ever going to get there. But shit, you know, that was a hell of a stretch there. And then I had the winner earlier, so it's been a good card for me on the in the betting Bible.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this, about Money Supply, because it was crazy to kind of watch that stretch run. And then were you worried about Best Actor re-rallying because
totally.
He got a second win?
Well, dude, I was like, because what I like to do when I watch it, I don't know if you guys are, like, if it's not a race I care about, I'll just like, I'll see the results and then I'll watch the replay. But if it's something I care about, then I don't want to see the results and I watch it, quote unquote, live for me. So that's what I did. And I'm watching it thinking, shit, he's running huge, but he's not going to get there because it looked like in the turn, it looked like he's definitely getting there. And then at about mid stretch, you thought, shit, he's going to hang a little bit. And that best actor is just going to be a little too good. Man, he finally got there, but it was tight.
Man, it was really tight. And it was the weirdest race. And I thought, okay, Money Supply with ease, going to win by a couple. And then I thought, oh, I think he lost. And then it's like, no, I think he won.
Hey, you know what? I was pumped because obviously he was my top pick. You guys listen to Blinkers Off. He was my top pick, but also the best bet or one of my picks in the Bible. But I was, obviously with the track being what it is, I was worried. But then also with them being dual entered, and I was relieved this morning. Like, okay, good, and he's in the race I hoped he would be in. But still, with that horse, I obviously was trying to beat the favorite there, but I knew it'd be tough. And I thought he ran pretty well. The favorite there. He just, you more when you pick a horse like Money Supply, you're kind of banking on one, him being as good as he's been, but two, that the favorite doesn't run as good as maybe is advertised. But in this case, it definitely seemed like he ran pretty well. It's just Money Supply is running in a different universe right now than he has been in the past.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it. I agree 100%. He did run our best actor did run very well. Both the winner in first place or second place ran really well. We got a little bit of time. Talk about your other pick at the turf there, Spirit and Glory. That was a pretty dominant effort.
Dude, I tell you what, if you got, again, I don't tout much on these as far as the betting battle goes as of lately, so I will this time. But but no, he was my, if you guys got the first version of the Bible, you saw that he was my best bet of the card, the 5 horse. And then when the rain came and off the turf or some races off the turf and the soft conditions, I backed off a little bit just because I didn't want to fully trust a turf horse on this surface. So he did become a little bit more of a let's see kind of play, but at the same time, it didn't waver as far as how much I liked him. To me, when I looked at the form for him, he stood out. I was like, wow, I can't believe he's this price. Like, I think he might be the best of the race. And frankly, I felt the same way about the horse earlier in the card, the Asmussen horse. What was it? She's a Our Pretty Woman.
She's a monster, yeah.
she's a monster.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not wrong.
A monster, right? Because listen, whenever you looked at the form on her, the slop gave me more confidence on her today, and so I kind of backed up. I gave more on her, took a little bit off him, but nonetheless, it's been a good stretch. I'm with you, man. When they turned for home, and he kind of skirted up the rail, he was gone. I mean, it was never close. I mean, really, the big plays haven't really been too stressful other than right there at the wire of that money supply race.
It kind of has set up exactly like we said on Blinkers Off, hasn't it? Where if you got to just bet 10s and 20s, maybe 25 on horses, maybe 30, but that's it, and you're going to balloon. And this is one where you haven't risked a lot. Neither one of us have, but you haven't risked a lot, and you're up $195 right now for the day. So very good.
Because Sosa Summer scratching killed me because I had a straight exacta. I had a straight exacta on Tuscan Sky over Nash. That didn't happen, right, because of the scratches. And so there's two exactas that maybe a lot of you are used to seeing me play from those straight exactas and things like that, where I just typically didn't get. And so instead I had to play the win bets. And but it felt like, you and I were texting the other day, and it's like, it just feels like that kind of card, though, where it's going to be tough to hit the exactas. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if you get right on one or two of these win bets, it feels like you can make your day. And obviously I've kind of wagered very minimum based off of how I normally play these and doing well. So it just feels like it's been that kind of cards.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go to this one. Since you're here, Chasing the Crown. It's another one. Don't have to bet a lot. 5-1. I know we're both on him. What'd you like about him?
Well, you might be in trouble here, Alterman, because surely I can't get another quote unquote long shot home, right?
I know.
At least it's not 10-1. We're getting 5-1 here, but yeah, you and I, for the most part of this Bible, kind of like disagreed a lot. As far as like we both have win bets, and they'd be totally different horses, and but when I looked at this one, you and I both were on the same horse, so I was like, well, there's one of them. But listen, this is a horse for Maker that just seems like to me has just been as consistent as they come over the last year or so, year and a half. And you look at that last race, I thought after the layoff coming into Fairgrounds, running well, where he got the horse, liked this turf course here at Fairgrounds. 1-for-1 at Fairgrounds, hasn't ran this far, so that's kind of the question mark for him. But I haven't really seen anything from him that made me be worried. And so when I saw the 10-1, the 8-1 on the morning line, I was like, well, that seems to me. And another thing too, I'm okay with trying to beat Strong Quality. I think there's plenty of speed in the race as well. This is the horse that's going to have speed, obviously. But I kind of like the two sitting off of it some and coming late.
All right. Magic, take it over.
We went, Mike and I were in full agreement on the Magic Mike show in this race. We went 2-10-11. We both liked everything that you mentioned about the 2. If we like the 10. We're trying to beat the 3. I see people talking about it in the chat here. Looks to be the speed of the race, like Ron Esterman's saying, but a mile and 1/8 looks like it's too far. If you go back and watch the last race when Beatbox just missed to this horse, Strong Quality had an easy lead, and off the turn, Flo brought him out about 6 paths off the turn as Beatbox was trying to pass him. So now Beatbox has got to go wide, and then he just kept going wider and wider and wider as they kept going down the stretch, and it just seemed to really hinder Beatbox. So it was a big reason why we're especially if you're going to make Strong Quality the favorite over Beatbox, we want to play Beatbox back here in this spot. And then I almost fell out of my chair to find out that Mike Somich played a Steve Asmussen horse on the turf. I couldn't believe that. I was so shocked by it. I couldn't even remember why I liked the horse for a minute. So, but Gigante has shown a lot of good effort on the turf before. I like what he's, 2 back. He was in an off-turf stakes race, and then last time out in the last race as a 3-year-old, he won going a mile here, but he looked like he could go farther. You look at some of his other races, he looks like he should be able to handle it, especially that mount of 16th race 2 back at Churchill. So rolling with Gigante underneath at a bit of a price here, but or worse, I guess he's right there 6-1 with Chasing the Crown, but I am with you guys. I do like Chasing the Crown here as well, and for all the reasons that you guys mentioned.
What about Beatbox? Did anybody like Beatbox here? Jared, do you like Beatbox?
Yeah, I use Beatbox a little bit underneath. I think Beatbox is interesting for Sherry DeVoe and Rosario jumping on board here after riding the horse the last couple. And, as been at Fairgrounds, my concern with Beatbox, I think the price is about what I would expect, or 7-2 on the morning line, getting 4-1 currently, but hasn't been able to kind of finish a job. That's the concern with Beatbox. Now you are stretching out for the first time, going this distance on the turf, and so you say, well, that's enough to kind of maybe give the horse just that little to get over that kind of, because this horse has been running really, really well in 2 stakes races at Fairgrounds and just hasn't been able to get past 2 Emmys, and then last time Strong Quality who's in this race. So I don't hate the horse. I like the horse underneath though more than I like using on top.
I almost used him on top. But I think what you said is kind of right, and it's just like he kind of it feels like Red Route 1 in a way. It's just like a lot of seconds trying to get there, doesn't get there. But
Red
then next
Route
time
1 even in the chat and just getting killed, man, poor guy.
Well, who you talking? Oh, Red Route 1?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
We had a whole talk about him. There was people in the we called him what did we say? He's a more successful Barber Road.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Yeah. No, look, we were talking about him, and you can kind of lump Beatbox in there a little bit. Although I think he's been closer to winning some races kind of like this, but they're the worst because every time you handicap the race, you go, yeah, he can win today, but he doesn't. And then you go, okay, next race is like, well, he just got going a little late. He can definitely win this one, and he doesn't, and that's those are the worst.
He definitely feels like the horse that you're going to be wrong on,
Yeah.
Regardless, at some point, you're either not going to use him and he beats you, or you're going to continue to use him and he doesn't win. So,
yeah. Magic brings up Barber Road, and this is really going to make Shoddy mad, but you pretty much know he's not winning. That's the difference, right? Like Red Route 1 threatens more than Barber Road threatens, I guess would be the best way to put it. So
Red Route 1 was not awesome.
No, he wasn't. And I thought he would run better than that, to be fair.
Well, yeah. I mean, shit. How much of a factor have you put into the weather? I mean, as far as not just your betting, but like performance-wise. Earlier you had and you guys made it.
Oh, he left.
Wow. He's gone.
I don't know what happened to him.
There's more money to be made. I don't know. I thought that my feed froze. I immediately shot over going, uh-oh. No, he's just not there. He's not even in the background anymore. While we wait for him to come back, McBee in the chat asking, am I remembering the English horses giving the ground? And even though McBee put it in quotes, meaning English Tavern, so horses by English Channel, I was scouring the PPs going, which one of these horses is by an English sire? Because I struggle with reading. I haven't had enough captain. That's what that means. Anyways, in this regard, English Channel horses, do you know anything about this here? My kind of standard belief is that it tends to be very case by case. Like a specific sire liking the horses liking softer ground versus others, not so sure.
Hold on, we're back here.
Dude, my computer just disappeared. I was talking to a blank screen. It's not going well for me on the
Are you on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop upstairs. Yeah.
Well, that could be why. That laptop is
cursed.
It's seen its better days.
ever since our trip to Kentucky with the cracked screen, it's never returned back to form.
Yes, that is correct. So if you disappear again, I get it. Magic, you were talking about, what were you talking about? I'm sorry.
Oh, English Channel horses, do they like softer ground? But a couple people saying yes, so
yes.
I don't track that sort of thing. If they're English bred, yeah, but apparently English. Yeah, I know English Channel horses like to go long on the turf.
Oh, they love that soft ground, and English Channel loved that soft ground. Just go watch the Breeders' Cup at Monmouth. So yeah, I mean that is a thing. That's definitely a thing for sure to keep an eye on. And look, I think a horse like perhaps tonight with that European breeding. That's Gulfstream I'm looking at. Hold on.
Okay, is that a horse I've never heard of?
I think that.
Yes, but also.
No, there was one in here too, and I messed it up. Hold on.
I knew. It took me a minute. You said it properly. I just was an idiot, McBee. You said it correctly. Hey, they're throwing octopi on the ice in Calgary.
I know. That's why I'm watching that game too. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, like, so I know there's too much going on today.
I came on and everything's kind of gone downhill since.
It was good until you left, and then it was like, okay.
That's true. It was good when you came on the first time.
There's a bug cruising through the StreamYard right now. Okay, it's not me.
Okay, we were talking about English Tavern, the 12 here in this race, and I was on Gulfstream 12. Yes, look, I don't think he's winning, but they do run very well over the surface. Very well.
Could run well underneath. Horse likes fairgrounds.
What I was getting at before I was cut off by my computer, where are you at now with the Nash talk and with Tuscan Sky?
I was rooting so hard for the 4 in that race just because I was like, the luck that John and Ryan's horses have had this year, they'll have 2 of the 3 horses in a race and find a way to still lose it. But Tuscan Sky.
Like I texted you guys earlier, like it's nice knowing that my filly in the first round's not even close to the worst pick of the first round. Okay, but anyways,
yeah.
Nash, are you? I mean, even though the weather and the track, right? Whatever. But at this point, right? He came to win an allowance race. He had everything his own way. What are you doing with him?
I guess like the only way he saves face is if Track Phantom wins by like 6 links, today. And it's like, well, okay, all 3 of them are really good. Track Phantom and Tuscan Sky and Nash. But I don't see a world where that's going to happen, A. And B, it's a 3-horse race. You get the lead. You set fractions that are very reasonable.
I think the biggest thing for me is it's not like he may be in the fall in line with like a bunch of these other 3-year-olds, but like Nash was like being pegged as like the next Triple Crown winner going into this year, right? Like he was that high. And now we're in February 17th and he can't win an allowance race at Fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I think the fall from expectations is what's been so wild.
Oh, it's wickedly wild. He's another one. Every time he runs, he's like, well, that wasn't awful. And even today, it's like, that wasn't like just the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right. Wasn't his maiden
win bad.
It wasn't that a 7 furlong race, 1 turn?
Yeah.
Nash? Yeah. Cut him back to 1 turn. Maybe you can make him a Woody Stevens winner this year, a Pat Day Mile winner. But
which is what people said, myself included, after the last race. Like, okay, he's just probably a 1-turn horse. Let's just go to that route. And then they chose the allowance, probably thinking, let's reset a little bit. Let's see if maybe we just need to kind of start over with him. And obviously, I think this is the point where you're like, okay, he can't win stakes races. He can't win allowance races going long. Let's cut him back to 1 turn, and maybe he can become a graded stakes winner at that distance. So
I totally agree that they need to try that. But I also sit here and thinking, was the distance really what got him beat today? I'm not sure. If they went 6, I don't know if he would have won today either.
That's so, but fair.
I agree. I do agree. Okay, they're on.
He's a horse that has created a lot of his own, like if again the race is off here, but okay, if he's a good horse, he wins that race, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Yeah. Hard to argue that. I mean,
three. So we saw they just broke a second ago. The 3's on the lead like we expected, but it's not going to have a super. The 12's actually ranging up to be 2 or 3 wide into the first turn out with the 4 right there as well. Not going to be well. Okay, now the 3's going to scoot away a little bit here.
We're in trouble.
I think that no. I don't like this horse at 1.125. Not in this spot.
No, I think the 2's in trouble, I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know who you meant. He's fine. He's fine.
God, he went down to 3-1. Holy cow.
The horse kept getting beat.
Wow. Well, there's 263 people watching. They all went in and threw on beatbox because of how well Jared's been doing. They're like, shit, we're going to ride the hot hand here. Yeah. So.
I didn't pick
Jared's
Beatbox.
fault if you don't get good odds on him.
I didn't pick Beatbox, so don't. I got Chasing the Crown, dummy.
Yeah, Chasing the Crown, Magic.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I knew you were talking. I said the wrong horse. I was watching Beatbox on the screen. That's why I said that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, he's ranging up here, but he's gonna have to be really good.
He's gonna have to get around Beatbox.
He has run. But
Come on, Beatbox! Don't pull a Barber Road. Get up there.
Oh, this two's got run. They just gotta find a spot.
No, he doesn't.
No. Oh, Jesus Christ! Is Beatbox gonna get second again?
He may win it. He may get it.
He's got it. Come on, Beatbox.
Oh.
There we go. There we go, buddy. All right, Beatbox.
Beatbox. All right.
Beatbox, and then I couldn't tell if Johnny's Fireball the 1 or Strong Quality the 3 got second.
Can I bring up a big concern?
My drinking? Sorry.
Did you guys notice when we got to the wire how dark that track is compared to that light?
Yeah.
We have 2 races left.
Yeah. We have an hour left before they run the Risen Star.
So that's a little.
It's going to be. When I was preparing for Blinkers Off and pulling audio for doing like the pod version, I pulled like our replay from last year, and it was like, shit, you can't even see the fucking horses. It's so dark. And I know Magic always cracks up about that because it's like he was pulling the replays, but you can't see anything. Like, why do we continue to have post times that begin at noon at fairgrounds?
I don't know.
Or why wouldn't you just put more lights around the fucking front stretch? Like,
well, pick one. Start earlier or have lights. One of the two, but you need to have more than what you're doing. So
there's 3 options, and you guys have named 2 of them. The third option is run 12 races instead of 14.
Well, that's the easiest option, right?
Because
but the Louisiana breds, Aaron.
Well, then you run at 11 instead of 12.
Or you put the Louisiana breds on Sunday.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Stop the F-bombs, Mike said.
Yeah, I agree, Mike.
Yeah. This is getting out of control, guys. You guys stop having fun.
Yep. Look, the bottom line is every year this is a problem, right?
Yes.
And every year we go, I couldn't really see it.
No.
And we just do it every year. I can just like look out my door here. Or I mean, we're not in Louisiana, but we're in the Midwest. It's like, yeah, it's getting like the sun is going down. Not for you. Not for you.
Okay.
So
I mean, the sun is going down out there too, but
we'll see what happens. All right. We'll see.
Hey, I got to run real quick. I'll be back for the Risen Star, though. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we got 45 minutes or so. I'd say we got for that.
Hey, listen, Halterman and I have. Okay, more of them. Halterman and I have the fucking 5 horse in this next race, right?
Okay.
Alpine Princess. She's gonna beat the fuck out of this field. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's fucking get one more. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's like canceled. Mike's gone.
Well, we just lost Mike Anderson forever.
I'm sorry, Mike. You said one more.
Yeah, we went from 280 to 279. I think we did just lose Mike.
Hey, Magic, I've been drinking too, so I apologize.
Hey, all right. Cheers.
Cheers.
You look like you're getting ready to go golfing. Those Mickey Ultras.
Mickey Ultra? Yeah, I know. Hey, you guys like my horse racing room? Got American Pharaoh.
Let's full
We'll
screen
take
that.
Charge and Pharaoh. Got Pharaoh and We'll Take Charge. Look at that.
Nice.
Is that? Oh no, there's 2 different pharaohs.
Halterman and I in all 3 of those pictures. By the way.
no.
Oh,
Halterman
that's
and I are in
awesome.
all of those. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Alpine Princess. Let's get it done. I'll see you guys for the Risen Star. See ya.
Woohoo!